Good morning, good afternoon and good evening. Welcome to Did They Have a Point? Featuring Gwyn. Okay, this video is going to be fun because I love Dark Souls. I completed all 3 games on stream and died well over 600 times. So to those of you fellow Sunbros watching this video, praise the sun! Okay, that's my 1 per video. Let's begin. The Lord of Cinder is such an interesting character. He's built over the entire game within the original and has ripple effects within the other games within the series. To decide whether Gwyn had a point, and if he was good or evil, we'll have to look at the key conflicts within his life and his choices he made before using his remaining power to link the first flame. Gwyn was born within the Age of Ancients. Not much is known about Gwyn, but we can see within the intro when the 4 Heroes of Fire found the Lord Soul, he was wearing regal attire and had knights with him, so it looks like he was a king before receiving a Lord Soul. This soul allowed him to generate a substance called lightning and manipulate light. Gwyn won the war against ancient everlasting dragons alongside his comrades and so started the Age of Fire. Was the War of the Ancients a necessary war? Yes, it was inevitable. See this quote.
But then there was fire. And with fire came disparity. Heat and cold. Life and death. And of course, light and dark.
If you needed proof of whether dragons had a soul or not, let's look at 2 dragon bosses within the original Dark Souls games. Black Dragon Calamite and Seath the Scaleless. When both are defeated, neither will give a soul their own. Calamite will give you nothing, and Seath will drop a Lord Soul which was given to him by Gwyn. Once the War of the Ancients was won by Gwyn and his allies, he chose to become king of Lordran and live with his clan in the city of Anor Londo, where his race prospered and became a very race of gods. As all dragons did not die, Gwyn and his clan would hunt dragons for sport, which would allow the race to develop their power even further. Gwyn awarded Seath and did not kill him, giving part of his soul to the dragon, awarding him the title of Duke and his daughter's hand in marriage as a reward for betraying his kind. The furtive pygmy, one of Gwyn's allies, had the Dark Soul and were the greatest threat to Gwyn's Age of Fire. Gwyn could have committed genocide but instead chose to give them the Ring City at the edge of the world and his daughter Philinor. While the pygmies were grateful for their award, Gwyn also raised a dragon to watch over them. This city became the prison of the pygmies, which protected them and sheltered them. Although humans are related to pygmies, so they must have been able to escape the walls eventually. Some humans were also awarded like the 4 kings. They were at the time leaders of New Londo, and in recognition of their wisdom and benevolence, Gwyn offered part of his soul. Unfortunately, the 4 kings betray Gwyn and take the Art of Life Train from Darkstalker Karth. This leads to the Abyss being unleashed among the city. Fearing the spread, it was decided that the city was to be flooded along with the 4 kings who had become corrupt. What is not well known about the Ring City Knights is that they helped in the War of the Ancients, but Gwyn wiped their contributions from the history books. These knights would draw their power from the dark, and this made Gwyn fear them, so he created a seal of fire on the ringed armour which contained their humanity. Gwyn used an established religion created by his uncle Lloyd to convince humans the dark is bad and the light is good. This religion is known as the Way of White, and teaches the dark side is a cursed brand and that bonfires must be kept alight to please the gods. The Way of the White also proceeds to hunt hollowed undead, and now encourage normal undead to fulfill their chosen undead prophecy, so the Age of Fire can continue. As the Age of Fire started to end, Gwyn and his allies tried to find a way to keep the flame eternal. His comrades failed to create a way of sustaining the flame, so he decided to use himself as a way to prolong the Age of Fire, sacrificing his soul and power so the dark never came. To decide whether Gwyn is good or evil, and if he had a point in what he was doing, we have to understand the Age of Dark and the Age of Fire. The Age of the Dark starts when the first flame ends, and is rumoured to be the Age of Men, according to Darkstalker Karth, and is a natural end to the Age of Fire. Gwyn has supposedly gone against nature. The Age of Dark is in a literal sense, knowledge-wise, dark. We only know a few things. The gods' power will no longer be. Humans will be able to survive in the Age of Dark. The dark is meant to be peaceful and allow humans to become their true form, hollows. The Age of Fire is where light prevails. There is a flourishment of life, cultures and civilizations. Humans are not the highest on the food chain, and it can be seen as the Age of Gods, although I will argue against this point. The Age of Dark is known within the Dark Souls 1 to be the Age of Man, according to Karth, but we cannot know for certain if he's telling the truth or lying. If you look at the current human kingdoms within Dark Souls 1, you can see many kingdoms rose up without a problem. Astora, Boulder, Berenike, Katarina, Harim, Borland, Lindheim, Senna, and Ulciel. These kingdoms all have influence within the world and not targeted by the gods, but many humans do understand that gods are powerful and respect that power. Knowing all the information, I believe we can come to a conclusion. Did Gwyn have the point where he created the Age of Fire and then continued the Age of Fire to become the first Lord of Cinder? Yes. Now the question is he good or evil? Gwyn went against nature and continued Age of Fire in the fear of Age of Dark. I think that what he did was a good thing. Is it good for humankind? Kinda. Is it the best situation for humans? No. The main issue deciding whether what is good or bad, we have to look at the bigger picture. We cannot just look through the human race perspective, but instead all races of that world. The Age of the Light allows humans to create and civilize, gods to live and other races to continue, while the Dark does not. Gwyn divided his soul amongst his friends and family and set to sacrifice himself to keep them all alive. His soldiers followed Gwyn out of respect for their leader. Gwyn was advised and helped by giants, dragons and humans. Gwyn's court was made up of all races, which shows he did not care where you came from but what you could do. Gwyn did not decide to wipe humanity when the Abyss was being used in the Ring Sea, but instead sheltered them. Gwyn even gifted humans a part of his soul out of respect, but this action ended up exploding in his face, as you can see with the Four Kings. Gwyn sacrificed himself for the greater good, because without the light there is no life, and why give it all up for a chance for one race can flourish and nature can take its course? The one argument we may have is that his actions go against nature, but nature is neither good nor evil. Some people cannot have children, but they go against nature and get IVF. Now, is this a bad thing? It depends on your stance and opinion, but for me, what prolongs life and creates cannot be inherently evil. Gwyn did do some bad things, and I'm not trying to make a biased argument. We have to acknowledge he did banish his son for talking to the dragons, his sworn enemy. He left his daughter to sleep in the Ring City. His other son he forced to dress as a female, and he, with his uncle, created a religion to worship his kind, which was manipulating the humans. It's all down to perspective, but with the information I have put forward, I am happy to say that Gwyn is mostly a good person. If you disagree, please voice your opinion in the comments. I create this video as a form of discussion, and I'm always up for a conversation about the things I love. While I'm reading through the script, I can actually see a particular point. Light and Gwyn and his gods are hierarchy, while Dark, Stalker Karth and the humans are anarchy. The light is controlled and order, and you do not have the complete freedom, and on the other hand, Dark is just pure freedom. You can do as you like, and there is no hierarchical organisation dictating the conduct of humans. I thought it was just quite an interesting concept, and I'd point it out. What do you guys think? If you enjoyed the video, then please like it, as it helps my channel a lot. You're also welcome to subscribe so you can keep updated on my content. I stream 4 times a week. If you want to come by and chat, see the link in my Twitch in the description below. Peace.